Good morning. This is Ports and Palaces podcast. It is August 5th.
And today we have a great trip report for you. This is coming from a client who got to enjoy a very special evening at EPCOT. Without further ado, let's introduce Jason. So tell us about, you had a special private party at EPCOT. Why were you there?
Well, I wouldn't say I had a special party, but we definitely had. I work for a large international and global software company. And as this large tech company, they like to have annual meetings for their customers and showcase the latest and the greatest. And so we got to do that this year in Orlando. And as part of that, we always like to have a form of a special kind of celebration night or special event, that wraps around that. That also includes the opportunity for meet and greet networking of your colleagues and of course your clients and your customers and your partners. So at this event we had about 25,000 people, and we were able to secure all of EPCOT, which was quite amazing. So it was a private party event. And we can go more into the details of kind of what we got to do and experience there. But it was, I think, very special from the standpoint that, we got to do the line drop at EPCOT going in the entrance, right? And it's just us, right? The people that are all been together for 3 days, experiencing the event, and now we get to go celebrate together at EPCOT.
So did you say you did like a rope trot? Like you entered the park together?
We did. Yeah, it was quite exciting. So they set a very specific time in the evening, in this case, because we had our event during the day, then wrapped up, and then we gave people a break to go get change and get back to the hotels, drop off their equipment and gear. And then we bust everybody over from the different, because we had about 20 different hotels where people were staying at. We bust over from the hotels all to the front entrance there at Disney. And then we had a time where they had the rope drop, and they had the staff there from Disney. And then they, of course, said, welcome, and did the drop. And as we came in, we had all these people from Disney waiting on us with drinks and hors d'oeuvres and food stations as we were walking in, which was also quite welcoming.
So what time did the event start? They had to have cleared everyone out.
Yeah, I think the start event was around 7:30 p.m. And we were told that we had it till midnight. And I thought that was great timing because, it was also, we're in Orlando, it was a warm day. So the 7:30 time worked out pretty good where we're just starting, to kind of get near the end of the evening. And so by the time we got around that 8:30 time frame, it cooled off a little bit more. It was nicer. It was also nice because we got to be able to kind of watch that whole change from the daytime and to the nighttime with all the lights, like in the lake area there with all the laser lights and all the light up of all the different, villages. So that also was kind of a fun part of about, watching that sun go down, get the wonderful color there, but then you also get the color of Disney at nighttime.
Yeah. The ball's really cool lit up.
Absolutely was. Yeah, always is.
So I was looking while you were talking, and max capacity at EPCOT is 110,000 people. So you were about a quarter of that. So did you get to ride any rides?
We did. They actually had, that's a big place in a big area, and we had other activities going on at the same time. So I probably only covered, I would say, about half of what was accessible to us. So I can't recall, or didn't have awareness of all the other things that were happening on the other side where everybody was at. But I think as far as I know, all the rides were open for us because any ride we wanted to attend, and I heard the people talking, they were able to, participate. Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, was the rope drop special right there. I mean, since everybody came in, they all darted straight to Guardians of the Galaxy. So that line became, pretty packed out and backed up pretty quick. So, we went a different route where we were catching some food, visiting with some folks, having good dialogues. And then we did come back to, space? What's the proper name for the
Mission Space?
Mission Space. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yep, we actually came back with some friends and we went through that ride and had a great time and enjoyed that together. And it was a new experience. I had some of my German colleagues with me, and that was
Ah,
time ever that they had seen, anything Disney related at that magnitude. So they were quite impressed and had a good time. And then for something a little more calm and enjoyable, we went to France, to Paris,
okay.
and got to do the Ratatouille ride. And
Hmm.
that was also quite enjoyable. We had a good time with that, and everybody had came out with smiles. And they even had, which I was quite impressed. Not only did they have a lot of people out there with service and taking care of us, but then they even had the characters out there.
Oh,
So
really?
in this case,
Oh,
like we came out of the entrance there, or the front entrance coming back into the main areas, and Ratatouille was there getting photos and pictures and with
oh,
everybody, which was fun. I heard Mickey made a visit. Didn't see Mickey, but there were several other characters that they also helped entertain us, which was also enjoyable. And then as we walked past the villages, they had the different foods that you could get that were tied into the themes of each one of the different
Oh,
countries.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that was kind of interesting too, as you're kind of moving through, it's like what kind of snack you want,
hmm,
as you're moving through. And they were all kind of quick bites, if you will. It wasn't large portions. It was nice, smaller, more what I call like hors d'oeuvre or kind of single portions, which made it fun because then you could have a little, I could tour the countries. So
right.
I went then from Paris and through the others. Then I ended up at the American Pavilion. And that's where we had contracted a special artist to come in for us to play music and sing. And so they had two different sessions, two different time blocks of an hour and a half each, where they did a rinse and repeat. So you had an early time block for that concert, then there was a break, and then there was a later time block for that. So we went to the later time block and had a great time there and was able to enjoy that concert too.
Very cool.
That's cool.
You said that was in the American Pavilion, right?
Yes, it was. There's
Yeah, they
that
have that.
small stage. It kind of stretches
Hmm.
out into
Hmm.
the lake, the water area there.
Yeah.
And that's why they also split it up, was to make sure we had time with the volume of people we had. It couldn't hold everybody at once. So that was a nice way to kind of allow people to come in and out. And like us, we wanted to connect with people and have some time to share and talk and close out some things from the event. And that way it allowed me then mosey in later and enjoy the
Right.
concert with folks as well. So it was good. Nice mix.
I guess I didn't realize. I thought you were at like a conference with just your company, but it was also networking.
Absolutely was. Yeah. So the conference that we have is ran and sponsored by our company. And then we have its focus, though, its target audience is all of our customers that do business with
Oh,
us.
okay.
And then alongside that is a huge ecosystem, a technology ecosystem and enablement for our customers around our technology. And so we call our partner community. So we had our customers, our partners, and of course, our employees that were all at this event. And we also bring in all of our top executives. So our CEO presented, at the event, right? Along with all the other C-suite folks are there to be able to help share. And most all of them also came and
Okay.
participated. I don't think some of them could not because of the commitments, but that was also part of the fun, is that you see different parts and pieces of people throughout the whole event, and then everybody kind of merges back, at one time together, which is enjoyable and fun, and kind of celebrate the finish of the week, right? You had a long week, had a lot of great things happen, and now you get to kind of kick back and relax together. So it does make it a good opportunity. And I did meet new customers and new colleagues and in
Hmm.
partners that I had not met through the event when we were, mingling and walking around and sharing food and drinks and rides.
You said you were kind of able to tour the countries and get samples of food. Were you able to go back into the pavilions, or was it just kind of
No, you could go back into the pavilions as well. So as you would, I guess, I've been to Disney World before in the past where you could kind of explore the entire areas and go through things, and it was the same. Now, I don't think not every single area had everything open, right? So like I know when we went to, where was it? To Mexico, they have kind of that pyramid that's there,
Mhm.
right? Like the Mayans kind of looking, nice area. Well, to get to the interior of that, where there's a restaurant and a shop, that particular part was closed off. But the
Okay.
physical area all the way around and everything that was available there was available for us, was good. So it wasn't 100% everything open, but it was enough that, you didn't really notice if you didn't know.
Okay. I
Uh,
know Epcot will do after hours or like extended evening hours for certain guests. And the complaint I hear the most is it's just rides. There's no real food. There's no pavilions
After
open.
hours. Yeah.
So I was
well,
interested to know.
yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, again, I think this was a special event that was organized by organization. So the food was not inside the typical food areas. The food was actually brought out into more of the main areas where you're walking, and they had it kind of like catering. So they had individuals there that were dedicated to that, controlling it, managing it, and helping serve, replenishing it. But it wasn't the typical go to the restaurant and sit down or enjoy that. It was more of, and of course, again, it was all free for us, right? So
Right.
it was all set up, but it was nice. Like they had the hot dog stand and the popcorn stands and the cotton candy stands that you normally have, the little bit smaller kiosks. Those were also available to us as well. So
Okay.
we could, and then when we wanted drinks, they had, I guess would be mobile areas that had mobile bars, is
Hmm.
the way I would say, right? So you could get a soft drink or you could get water. They have big, um,
Like a
buckets
kiosk.
of
Yeah.
bottled waters, and you could just grab and go if you needed to, right? And then they also provided alcohol. So, because our particular event is everybody's over 18, you're all, validated and have to provide
Yeah.
security to be able to attend the event. So that gave you the secure badge to be able to get into the event. You couldn't get into the event without proper ID and badging that matched. So it's all controlled and managed from a security perspective. And then that was allows them then to provide limited drinks as well, as part of the process or part of the event.
That's cool. So you rode Remy and you rode Mission
Mhm.
Space. Did
Mhm.
you ride anything else?
That's all I did that night. That's yeah, for me. Now I know there's some people that, they were on the circuit trying to hit anything that
Yeah.
was open and
Mm.
available to them. Because several of them, like I said, as far as I know, they were all open because I didn't hear anybody complaining about something not being available. And I know I saw many of them lines and ride hearing the rides go. So, but that's only two I did. I spent more time in the concert and
Yeah.
with individuals that I was connecting with and visiting with and having a good time there and sampling all the food from the different countries. So,
I'd be interested to know if they were samples of the actual food you could buy.
Or if
Like
they
if
were
in
like new
Germany was
recipes or
the,
something.
hmm, good question. It appeared to me like the small kiosk of the more of the traditional, like the hot dogs, the cotton candies, some of the drinks that were there are probably more common. I do not have the proper answer for the items that were actually shared. I know they were kind of country specific, but I have not had enough experience to qualify that, I guess.
so I'm highly disappointed you didn't ride Guardians.
Yeah. That's a
I
staple.
was too. We were at the point to where it was kind of near the end, and I was going to go ride Guardians, but the two individuals I had with me, unfortunately, I didn't feel that that would be an appropriate option for them.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah,
So that was that. So I wanted to be polite to my guests that I was, spending time with, and so I
yeah.
opted out. But I would agree with you. That was my disappointment as well. That is probably my favorite ride at Disney World from my limited
Mhm.
experience, and I really did enjoy it when I've done in the past. So, yeah, it definitely was on my list.
Yeah, that's our favorite.
It's like a lightning lane without having to pay for it and just
Sounds like
had to
everybody
give it
was going
away.
there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we did the rope drop, and that's where I went first too, right? I thought, oh well, heck, let's go there. And by the time I got up there, the folks from Disney were already saying, okay, just so you know, it's going to be about an hour and 15 minutes already.
Wow.
So, and I was
Jeez.
kind of towards the back. I don't know, I wasn't in the far back of our group when at the rope
Come on,
drop. Like
Dad, you gotta hustle.
I know, I should have gotten there earlier instead of going to Spencer meetings. Yeah.
As long as you don't like, as long as you don't bend your knees, they don't get onto you for running. So like if you're not like picking your knees
Okay.
up, you're like just kind of like
Shuffling.
uh penguin running, like hobbling very quickly. That's what I had to do at Animal Kingdom for Flight of
Yeah.
Passage a couple years ago.
There we go. That's a good Disney speed tip. That's a Disney hack to get in front of the line.
Power walking.
Yeah. Power
Don't make
walking.
it look like you're running.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Don't swing your arms. Make it look as awkward as possible.
So did you stay the whole time?
Like I said, I did. I left about 30 minutes before the midnight call and caught the bus back because we had like I said, they helped bus us in. Of course, you could drive if you wanted to, if you wish to do so. They had that set up because they had the parking lot set aside for us as well for that. But I went ahead and opted out around 11:30 with some other folks and headed back to the hotel.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I think everybody had. I heard no complaints. Everybody had a great time. I think it was, again, it was what I liked about it is when we do events with the customers, with the partners, it's nice to have a little bit of mingle time, right? It's kind of like going on your first date. You don't want to just pick them up in the car and go straight to the movie theater and go straight home and drop them off, right? I mean, you don't get time to connect and to talk because you're watching the movie. So this was a nice break because, it was an opportunity where like in Remy, I met two new people I never met before because I was waiting in the line for 15 minutes before we got on the ride, right?
15 minutes.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
That's all it was. Yeah, it was less than 15 minutes. And of course, so it was, we walked straight up, got right in line, and then went right into the air conditioning, waiting in line. So it wasn't even outside in the heat and quickly moved right on through. And yeah, it was real nice. And yeah, and that's a fun ride. That's always,
it is.
Yeah, enjoyable as well. Yeah, my German friend was just tickled. I mean, he was very straight faced, very, kind of reserved in his personality. And he's kind of a tall guy, about 6'3". And we got off the ride and he was kind of giggly. It was quite funny. Yeah, he enjoyed it. So it was good.
I also appreciate that Remy doesn't push you into a store. Like you don't get off and just, hey, buy something.
That's a good point. I didn't really think of it that way. Like, yeah, you're right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
And that will be a wrap on this trip report with Jason. It was so fun hearing about the exclusive things he got to do at EPCOT. If you are wanting to be a part of a trip report on our podcast, I only interview our current clients. So make sure to email me. Our emails are in the show notes, and I would be happy to set up a trip with you and a post-trip trip report.
As always, be sure to follow, subscribe, comment even if you like our current content or if you want to hear about something else.
And always leave us a review. Those help us grow and make our podcast more visible to others. As always, this is Kirsten.
And this is Chad.
Happy travels from all your ports and palaces.
This podcast is sponsored by Ports and Palaces Vacations. Whether you are wanting to check out a new port along a cruise line or see the palaces of Disney and Universal, our travel advisors make your dream trip a reality. Your next trip is just a click away.